The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday, and what a Friday it is. We thank you so much for being along with us, and a brand new crisp morning here, and we're coming to you live from New York City. That's where we originate, but the show does not stop there. It goes all around the world and across the country too, no matter where you are. You're tuned to the Coffee Hour, and this is where we gather together each Friday, all the time. Every Friday at this time, we come along and we have a conversation. We invite everyone to come in and enjoy the show with us because we got a lot of good things planned for the show today. We're so glad to have you aboard with us, and those of you who've been around with us a long time, I need to say it, but I say it anyway. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with us all these years, and I hope that you will continue to do so. We want to thank all of our new friends who may be here for the very first time, so we want to thank you all for being here. And while we're having you by the ear, I want to let you know how this show operates. Well, I start the show as a host, and I may throw out a conversation that we could get things started with so you could feed on. And while we're doing that at any time at all, even right now, you can use your keyboard on your computer, be it laptop, desktop, your cell phone, or even your tablet or whatever device that you can use to watch us. And it has a keyboard. You can type in anything that you want to say. I'll see you right there on the big screen. I'll entertain all of your thoughts and ideas because that's what the show is all about. It's a free exchange of ideas and of opinions. All of us have them. I have them. You have them. And we're going to get together and share them all together right here on the Coffee Hour. So sit back, relax, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of things planned for you. And those of you should know, if you're here for the first time, that we're on two different platforms that we come on. You can watch us live on YouTube and live on Facebook. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, take the time right now to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, that YouTube channel is very important to us, and it's been very important to know that you're out there with us. That's why we want you to subscribe. And when you do that, keep in mind that it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And click onto it where it says subscribe. It's in black border, white print, and you click onto that. And once you do that, that lets you know that each and every week at this time, just in case you forget about the show, it'll give you an instant notification. That's a reminder that the show is on the air. Now, sometimes when we're off and you get an instant notification, you happen to be online and you see that, that doesn't necessarily mean we're on the air. That means something else is going on. We may be posting a video or some kind of still photo, and that gets you the notice right there that it's something active going on the website. And all you have to do is click onto it, and you're right there. Now, we want you to share all of this with your friends as well. Even you guys who are watching us on Facebook, what you guys call it tagging. We're cutting and pasting the platform that you're watching us on right now. And if you're on YouTube, that's the platform. So therefore, that's the link. So you cut and paste that link and send it to as many friends as possible, as many as you want. The same thing for you guys on Facebook, what you call it tagging. Cut and paste it, send it to all your friends. Do it right now because we want them in on the action while the show is very young, and we want them to be part of it. And of course, if they see that, they'll know it's coming from you. They'll click onto it, and it'll bring them right to wherever you are, and they could see us all, and they can talk to us as well. And so keep that in mind and make sure that they do that The more the merrier. If they like what they see and if they like what they hear, they'll come back again and again. Now, a lot of you guys right now may be at work. And if that's the case, it's a possibility that you're on your coffee break. So if you're doing that, please, I know every week or every day of the week, when you have your coffee break, be it 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is that your supervisor gives you, you go around having your coffee and schmoozing and interacting with your coworkers. That's good. But this is Friday, so we want you to do that with us. Spend the time at your computer, at your desk, watch it on your computer, and sip your coffee at the same time. And when your coffee break is over, you could get back to work and of course watch the show at the same time, what they call multitasking. And even you guys who are gathered around the water cooler talking about all of these sports that you saw yesterday, forget about it. Go at your computer and enjoy us. And speaking of sports, uh, Brian Camp is here with us today with the latest developments in today's world of sports. He'll be here and he's got sports action for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember that all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the coffee hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of YouTube, Facebook, Zoom, or any social media outlet or broadcast facility. So, that being said, let's do what we do each week. Let's lift our cups with our elements in it, whatever it is, whatever your poison is, because what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So, excuse me while I shoot up. That's delicious. That's a great start to the day. That's a great start to the day. And so stay with us, okay? We really appreciate that. Now, getting back to Brian Camp, he's with us, and he's going to be with us through the whole show. He's usually from Charlotte, North Carolina, but he's still here in New York City. And Brian, welcome aboard once again, and good morning to you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Hope all is well. Beautiful day out here in Mount Vernon. It's 50 degrees, going up to 66. So you're gonna have some pretty good weather, at least for today. I don't know what the weekend forecast is going to be like.
Well, we're going to give you all of that. You know me, I'm not gonna bypass that. We'll give you all of that in a few, and a lot of other things that's going to be coming on and on the show. But you've been in New York for quite a while. I mean, you miss home already? I
Oh
know
yeah.
you miss.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I miss home. But it was a great stay. I just can't deal with the roads. The roads are like you mean you lose their insides by rocking and hitting a pothole. Just when you think you dodge a pothole, there's another one right on the opposite side where you're swerving. So, as great as great as New York City is, and it is the greatest city in the world, no doubt, but it's the construction is everywhere at any time in any time of the day or the evening. So that's the rough part about it.
You were once used to that until you moved south, and then when you got accustomed to the southern roads, and you come back here, it's like, wow, it's a whole different ball game now.
Exactly. I mean, how could the Belt Parkway 1 a.m. in the morning be traffic or the Brooklyn Queens Expressway? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's just unbelievable. And even parts of the southern state could be, doing overnight work. There's people still traveling. The Long Island Expressway is also another one. And even out here in the Bronx and the Hutchinson River Driveway and the Bronx River Parkway, it's just incredible. New York City, they
Yeah.
just, it's amazing. But yeah,
You would think there'd be less drivers in New York City because New York City is a place of mass transit as well. And everyone knows that, especially if you live here, you know that a car in New York City is not it's not a necessity. It's a luxury. But people love their cars and they want to drive no matter what the roads look like, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the roads are crowded. And it seems like over the years, it's gotten more. The population of cars, drivers, has gotten bigger than ever.
It
Yeah.
has, but I find it successful to move around better with Long Island Railroad, Metro North, uh,
Mhm.
New York City subways and buses. So
Hmm.
I get around quicker. I don't like staying in traffic. I don't like being in traffic, you know. That's
Yeah,
the stress level builds up. And
yeah.
I left New York. I'm still a New Yorker. I still love New York. But since I left New York, the stress level has come down, dramatically. And
Hmm.
my doctors did tell me that, you know. So
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
my
Well, that.
doctor is a former, used to live in New Jersey, so he knows about the tri-state area, you know.
Mhm. Well, that's the price you pay when you live here. That if you choose to drive. But I got to tell you something. The way gasoline is going up, the way it has skyrocketed, it's probably cheaper to take mass transit.
It is. It is. I mean, you'd be surprised how quickly. I mean, yeah, the subways it could be a journey, put it like
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
It could be a journey, but just sit back and mind your business and, I don't want to say close your eyes because you want to keep one eye open and one eye just to yourself and everything, but you get around quicker with transportation. And only in New York City, you have it 24 hours a day. In other
Yeah.
parts of the country, you don't.
Living here in New York, I hate to say this, but if you ride the subway, if you have more than one eyes, use them all.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
I want to say good morning to Warren Dansler. He's home sweet home in North Carolina, which where you'll be going to. You'll be getting back there. He's in Greensboro, North Carolina, and you're from Charlotte. But he's home sweet home, and he's got a little weather for us. He says it's clear out there at the moment for him. It's 59 degrees. That's what they have over there right now, and it's going up to 76 degrees.
Yeah.
And
That's all
so,
right. Yeah. Good for
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, and Brian, you'll get back to that soon. No, I'm just sorry that you missed the real good weather before you got to New York. That's when it happens.
Well,
And
I
yeah,
mean, it is what it is, but it's okay though. It's okay.
yeah, yeah. Well, just in case all of you are joining us, we thank you so much for being along with us. And if you want to indulge in conversation with us, we hope that you will, because we love addressing you guys personally. If not, if you just want to sit back, relax, and just enjoy the show and not say a word, especially you people who are new, who may be here for the first time, if you just rather sit back and just make sense of the show and not say anything, you don't have to worry. We're not going to drag you into the conversation unless, of course, you say something first. That's our policy here. We don't want to. We want you to keep your privacy going and enjoy the show at the same time. But if you are one of the ones that want to talk to us, that's okay too. Now, give us your weather forecast if you're going to indulge in conversation, like Warren just did. He gave us something light, simple, nothing spectacular, uh, nothing difficult to understand. It's just simple. And you could do it by emojis too, sunny emojis, rainy emojis, cloudy emojis, and temperatures, things like that. Just like Warren did. 59 degrees, just did it straight. 59 degrees going up to 76 is clear. That's enough to go by. That's enough to go by. Anyway, we here, it's the month of August. August, not yet. I'm rushing things. It's the month of April, and it's April 10th. It's April 10th. The 10th day, I can't believe it. April 10th. The month is going to by pretty fast. And in this month, of course, we're celebrating Scottish American Heritage Month all month long. So anyone who's from Scotland, if you live in Scotland, we broadcast in Scotland. Or if you're a Scottish American, you live in the United States, well, this is your time to shine. We want to greet you guys. And if you have any, let's say, uh, community activities going on in your Scottish community, tell us about it. We like to celebrate with you. So that's what we got going too. I want to give you all information about some of the things that are very important too. All this month, we're going to be touching on National Alcohol Awareness Month. Okay, now I have a number that you can take down from the Drug and Alcohol Rehab and Detox Center. It's a hotline. You can call them. I believe it's a 24-hour. I would assume it's a 24-hour number. You can get in touch with them if you have any questions or you have a loved one that's maybe under that umbrella that you'd like to straighten them out. Call this number, 866 584 7022. That's 866 584-7022. That's the Drug and Alcohol Rehab and Detox Center. Also, it's Parkinson's Awareness Month, too. And here's a hotline for you if you have a loved one who suffers with Parkinson's disease or you know someone and you need information about Parkinson's disease, call 888-965-6005. That's 888-965-6005. And National Child Abuse Prevention Month. All right. Okay. Uh, it's critical. It's something that no one wants to talk about, but we have to talk about to save our children. If you know anyone that's a victim of that, please use this number. This hotline number is 800-551-1300. That's 800-551-1300, 1300. Also, Sexual Assault Awareness Month. That's what we got going too. And here's a hotline for that. In case you want to get more information or you know someone that's a victim, call 800-942-6906. That's 800-942-6906. And finally, it's National Autism Awareness Month. And here's the hotline for the Autism Society Helpline. That's 800-328-8476. That's 800-328-8476. And here we are on this Friday. And today is National Siblings Day. Happy one to you, Brian.
Happy Sibling Day to you too as well.
Yeah. No one ever looks at these things. I picked it up and all of us, not all of us, but some of us have brothers and sisters. You give your brother and sister a call, or, especially if you're close to them, you don't want to lose out on anything. So give them a call and wish them a happy Siblings Day. Okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So here we are. And, gee, man, there's a lot of things going on, as a matter of fact.
There's plenty of things that's going around in this country right now.
This week has been a trip. We're going to talk about that later on. It's been a trip. And the end of the week is here, and we're just getting started on the weekend. And that's when the stuff hits the fan, usually on the weekends. I noticed that. It always hits the fan on the weekends. So when I get back, because, as I said time and time again, those of you who know me personally, and even those of you who watch this show, watched it long enough to know that I do not indulge in news on the weekends. So I'm waiting around.
Well, the news comes to us.
Yeah.
Every time we look at TV, there's always breaking news. So
yeah,
that's out of our control. We just got to.
That's true. That's trtrue. It's always going to get back to you, but I'm not going to sit there on the weekend and watch news. I'm just not going to. I used to do it, but like Saturdays, especially Saturdays. Now Saturdays is my Western day, my cowboy, my shoot 'em up days. I watch all the Westerns on TV.
Like the Rifleman.
Oh yeah, all of those things are on there. You got the Rifleman. You got. The Big Valley, they took that off the air. It's on the air somewhere in some other city, but over here in New York, they took it off the air over here. But all of those big, Bat Masterson, all of them, and they're all there. I love Westerns. They're all good. So right now, if you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and we're 18 minutes past the hour right now. We ate up 18 minutes of the show, and we're going to stay with you for a whole full hour. And again, if you have if you want to indulge in conversation, give us your weather forecast. I'm going to give you mine right now, as a matter of fact. In New York, it's going to be warmer today. And it's not going to be any rain in the forecast. That's the good news. You may get hits of clouds here and there somewhere along the way, but it's not going to be rainy, so you can leave your umbrellas home. You don't have to worry about that. All that's good. Right now, we have, let's see, what do we have for forecast? Let me see. Let me look at that. The present temperature outdoors is 50 degrees, didn't you? Well, you said 50 degrees where you are over there in
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon. That's where you have 50 degrees over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here in New York City, we have 48, but it's not far off, and it's going to go up a bit higher. But this is the weather that we have for today. As I said, there's no rain in the forecast, but you can look forward to this. Today, it's going to be lots and lots of sunshine. It's going to be warmer. We're going to high up to 62, going up to 62 degrees, and winds will be south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, it'll be cloudy. We'll have a low 52. Winds will be southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For Saturday, it's going to be sunny skies, high 63. Winds will be north northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday night, like I said, no rain in the forecast. Clear skies, low 43. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The weather tends to shift itself every now and then. 48 degrees is what we have for the moment, and everything is a-okay in that department. Brian, it's time for sports. So, what do we have for sports? I think do we have a lot of it today? I know in the
No,
weekend we.
not really. Just basic stuff. Nothing to really shoot at as much. But we just got we got the college basketball for men's and women is finally officially over. Congratulations to UCLA women's basketball team. They finally won a national championship. They had five seniors in the starting lineup, so and they were much bigger than South Carolina. South Carolina got bullied, and South Carolina is a great college for women's basketball. Don Staley, as you probably seen that the controversial thing that happened last Friday with Don Staley and Gino Aramana or Amino, excuse me, his name, and over a handshake. This has been going on for with this coach. He has something against women coaches. Gino has been having a long history with the late great coach of Tennessee, Pat Summitt. He's just a person that just goes about his business. He's very cocky, and maybe that's why he is successful. We can't take nothing away from him, but he did not like the way that Dawn Staley did not shake his hand, but she did shake his hand. But I guess when you're a sore loser, it shows. And a lot of people in the media industry was totally against what he did. He was wrong, and his first apology was to the University of South Carolina and to everybody else in the coaching staff, but did not directly apologize to Don Staley, which everybody was in an uproar. It's his pride, it's his male ego. And then 2 days later, he offered apology, which I wouldn't have not taken that apology. If you forced to make that apology a couple of days later, 48 hours later, or whatever, because you left out her name, shame on you, Gino. Shame on you. So you have an issue with women coaches. Doesn't matter if they're black or white. Pat Sumner and Don Staley, you have issues with. Great coach you are. Great coach. You're a great coach, but you're better than that, Gino. You're better than that. With 12 championships, 24, 25 Final Four appearances, you're much better than that. Show some class. Show some class. And congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines for the men's national championship. That's their second, as they knocked off the University of Connecticut. And so that's officially over. Major League Baseball, well, the season's still young. There was a big fight that occurred a couple of nights ago where you're going to have some suspensions and there was some ejections. So, the commissioner will have his hands full handing out these suspensions, injections, and fines as well, too. The NBA is coming down, winding down. Sunday is the last regular season game as they're going to start the playoffs. Teams are jockeying for position for seedings and the play-ins as well too. In the NFL, speaking of NFL, we have Fernando Mendoza, the projected number one pick in the NFL draft, has informed the league that he is not planning to attend the draft. Mendoza wants to share the draft experience with his family in Miami. The Las Vegas Raiders are widely expected to select Mendoza first overall after the Heisman Trophy winner quarterback led Indiana to the college football national championship this past season. This year's draft will be held in Pittsburgh. The first round will be on April 23rd. It's going to go from April 23rd to April 25th. Yes, Warren, I was able to see that you did see that weeks until, but it's April 23rd to the April 25th and everything. And basically, the other sports, I cover football, the basketball, the baseball, basically has been really quiet. We just hasn't that much movement, just little things here and there, nothing to really to report. But this day in sports, April 10th, 1913, the New York Highlanders plays his first major league game as the New York Yankees. The New York Yankees were originally named the New York Highlanders. Highlanders. And President Woodrow Wilson was on hand to throw out the first pitch. 1947, Jackie Robinson is the first black of the 20th century to sign a Major League Baseball contract. 1961, the Washington Senators play its first game in franchise history. And who else was in that attendance? Former President John F. Kennedy Jr. was in attendance. I don't think he threw out the first ball, but it just says he was in attendance. 1964, the demolition begins in Upper Manhattan on the Polo Grounds, where the New York Baseball Giants play, the New York Football Giants play, the New York Jets played, and the New York Mets play. And there were some college games here. The Polo Grounds has been out, oh wow, I believe in the 1800s, in the latter part of the 1800s. And they tore it down in 1964. Birthdays on this date, 1921. Happy birthday to Chuck Connors. We was just talking about you, Chuck. Author, actor, and basketball and baseball player, was born in Brooklyn, New York. Chuck Connors, as you may know, is known for his TV series called The Rifleman that was on for 30 minutes at that time. I had no idea that he played basketball. I knew about the baseball. I didn't even know he was an author too. So he was an author, actor, basketball player, and baseball player, and born in Brooklyn, New York. Only the great people in New York come from Brooklyn, New York. 1936, happy birthday to the late John Madden, NFL coach, Hall of Fame coach. 1976 Super Bowl champion, 16-time Emmy Award. He's known for his video games, Madden, the football games, where you could play on PlayStation and other um, um, game consoles as well. He was born in Austin, Minneapolis, 1938. Happy birthday to the late. Turn out the lights. The party's over. Things. That's Dandy Don Meredith's birthday. NFL quarterback, Monday Night Football, and actor. He's one of the original who played on Monday Night Football with Frank Gifford and Howard Cosell. Everybody knows Howard Cosell. He was born in Mount Vernon, Texas. 1946, happy birthday to Bob Watson, Major League Baseball first baseman, sports executive, was born in Los Angeles, California. 1948, happy birthday Mel Blount, NFL Hall of Fame cornerback, four-time Super Bowl champion, five-time Pro Bowler, was born in Vidalia, Georgia. 1950, happy birthday to Ken Griffey Sr., Major League Baseball, three-time Major League Baseball All-Star, was born in Darnall, Donerill, Pennsylvania. 1962. Happy birthday, Steve Tasker, NFL wide receiver and broadcaster, seven-time Pro Bowler, was born in Smith Center, Kansas. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a short but effective week of sports.
Chuck Connors had to use that height for something. He was a basketball player. You're right. He had to use that height for something because he was 6'6". He was 6 feet six six.
Yeah.
And
That was a great show too, by the way, The Rifleman. That was a great show.
I watch it. I watch it every weekend. I
Mhm.
watch it every weekend. Even if I get the urge to watch it when it's not on TV, I just go to the box and
Mhm.
I can see all the episodes there. But yeah, Chuck Connors, he was not as diverse as Jackie Robinson, but yeah, he did play. I don't know if he ran track. Jackie Robinson did it all, but Chuck Connors, yeah, he played basketball. He was on a basketball team, and he played first base, which of course that requires a little height too.
Oh
First
yeah.
base. I mean, I guess you can be a little short for first base, but that really requires height,
Oh
and
yeah.
he had it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He had it. Chuck Connors, the rifleman. But see, when he all of those years that he did the rifleman, I didn't know until years later that he was an athlete. I mean, my mom used to tell me, yeah, he was a baseball player, but I didn't really pay too much attention. And did he not play with the Dodgers? He played with the Dodgers.
I believe he did play with the Dodgers. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
So he was an athletic, you know, athlete. He's very active and took it to show business. So that's where he got his great talent. Great talent. Yeah.
Well, the Highlanders lost last night. Uh, they lost another game.
Mhm.
And now they go to Florida. They're going to play Tampa Bay Rays, and they're going to go to Florida. And they're going to play tonight. In case you're wondering, they're going to play tonight at 7:10. So you look up your schedule, the
Mhm.
time, and the place where you can find the Yankee game. What about the Giants? What do they have going so far?
San Francisco Giants. Well, we're coming along now. We beat the Phillies, I believe, 2 out of 3. So
Uh-huh.
the season is early, but they need to stay into contention because it's a must. Because we know that the Dodgers are going to be there at the end. The Dodgers are loaded. They
Yeah,
they don't have no they have a huge payroll, so they remind me of the Yankees of the 70s. They don't
yeah,
care, 70s and 80s. If you want to win a ring, yeah, come on aboard.
mm,
And
yeah.
so the Giants are going to come along. Warren reminds me, thank you, Warren, that the Big Ten um wins, and they win their championships in basketball, men's and women. UCLA, I'm glad you brought that up, Warren. I don't like this here alignment change. UCLA is out in Los Angeles, California. The majority of the Big Tens are in the Midwest. Why you bring? I understand there's money involved with college sports. I get that. I understand that. But traveling for a team like UCLA got to come cross country, which is a 2 to 3 hour difference. They are put in the Big Ten along with USC. I don't like this here at all. They won in football, Indiana, which is a Midwest team. Um, they deserve that, yeah. But to have UCLA, I just can't. I can't really get used to this at all. And Michigan is Midwest, so it's just it's been the year for the Big Ten, but I don't like the realignment of UCLA being a West Coast team playing in a Big Ten conference. That's just my thoughts.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, there's a lot to gather. There's a lot to digest when it comes to and when sports go out, and like you say, it won't be long before the draft of the NFL, and before you know, they'll be back playing the games. But I'm concentrating right now on baseball. Right now, I want to see where this goes. Kind of like getting a little butterflies in my stomach with the Yankees right now. Uh, why do you think? Remember last week when you say, "Oh, it's only the beginning of the season." I said, "Let me enjoy the moment now because I don't know what they're going to do later." So I'm starting to get that feeling again. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
and you Met fans. The A's are playing the Mets, so the Oakland A's came to New York to play the Yankees in a 3-game series, and they're going to stay in New York. So they have another. They're going to be playing all weekend. So they spend their 6 days, and they can squander around their money in New York City and do what they have to do. But they're going to be playing the Mets. So I don't know what the Mets are going to do this year. I'm just hoping. What I'm looking forward to the Mets doing very well and the Yankees doing very well because I haven't seen a Subway Series in a long time. None other than the regular Subway Series that they do each year, but I'm talking about the Subway Series for the World Series. I haven't seen that in a long time, and I like to see that. A couple of times they came close of doing it.
Right.
Uh, so, well, like you say, Brian, the season is still young. It's very young. The season is very young, and they have a lot of games to go. So we'll have to see how it pans out. But keep my fingers crossed with that.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, those of you who are just walking in, we appreciate that. Uh, and the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and we're sipping coffee and talking sports and anything else you want to talk about, you can talk about as well. We don't just leave it with sports, but Brian just wrapped up sports and we lingered on with it. But if there's anything that you want to talk about in particular other than that, please feel free. Just type it in, whether you're on your computer, laptop, desktop, your telephone, or even your tablet. Type in. I could see you when you come in. But keep in mind, again, I will not rope you into the program unless, of course, you have something to say. But I see you guys when you come in. Well, Brian, uh, Wednesday is that day. Wednesday is the 15th. And you know what that is, right?
Tax season.
Yep. And I know a lot of people like myself, I hate this time of the year. That's why I get mine out as quick as possible. But yeah, it's tax. So I'm only bringing that up to make sure people go out and file their taxes because that's the deadline, the 15th. Now, if you have to do some late filing, make sure you fill out the proper applications when you go to your place, wherever you file your taxes, the IRS or wherever, and make sure that you fill it out. And this way you don't have to, have to worry about anything, paying the penalties or anything, late fees and all that stuff. You got to pay them anyway, but you want to make sure that they know that you want to do your late filing. And a lot of people do that not because they want to do that, because sometimes the information that they need or some of the other forms that they need don't come in. People own houses and lands and things like that, and they have to wait for all of those things to come in before they actually do the filing. So again, keep that in mind. If you're going to file taxes, um, you always do it as quickly as possible. But just in case you have to do something late, make sure you file out the proper forms so you can do that, and that'll be great.
Yeah.
But and that's it. That's all the information I have in that area. So I think at this time, I was going to say go back in time, but we don't do that. Do that on the coffee hour. I was going to talk about this day in history, but it is entertainment. So I've got some information on that. I'm going to go to entertainment, and let's see what we got. Information. Let me get the file up there. Let's see, open it up. Okay, there we are. Actress Gabrielle Union is mourning the loss of her father, Sylvester Cully Union Jr. The actress announced in an emotional Sunday Instagram post that her father died at 81 last Friday after a lengthy battle with dementia. Paying tribute to his life and legacy, Union took time to remember her father and acknowledge the difficulty of losing a loved one gradually to a disease. Actress Tori Spelling, spokesperson confirmed that she and her 7 children were rushed to a hospital in a car because they were in a car crash last week. And her spokesperson added that Spelling was driving with 4 of her children and 3 of their friends when another driver is reported that he ran a red light while speeding and crashed into their vehicle. The unfortunate car crash took place in Temecula, California last Thursday. The Riverside County Sheriff's Office said that they found 2 vehicles with collision damage. The authorities took swift action, and all the occupants were evacuated from the scene. Reportedly, no arrests have been made so far. However, the cause of collision is not known yet. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is here, and it's there, and it beat out the Project Hail Mary in the space race. And it seemed like nothing could stop the Ryan Gosling heartwarming interstellar drama, which premiered 2 weeks back on the astounding $141 million globally and dropped only 32% in its second week domestically. But Nintendo's follow-up, that's the 2023, the Super Mario Brothers movie itself, a box office phenomenon, has frowned past the expectation. The Super Mario Galaxy movie premiered last weekend to a staggering $131 million domestically and $372.4 million abroad. And it surpassed the Hail Mary's previous record for biggest premiere of 2026 and shattered several others. After canceling a number of concerts earlier this week due to illness, the Google Dolls, Google Dolls, have decided to call off the remainder of the Canadian tour. On Sunday, the band announced via social media that the remaining dates on the Canadian run includes stops at Lubbock, Quebec, and Halifax, Nova Scotia, will not be going on as scheduled. The band's lead singer, John Razanek, was recently diagnosed with a case of pneumonia and is still not recovered. And finally, rapper Offset is hospitalized after being shot in Florida Monday. Spokesperson confirmed that the musician was shot and is currently in the hospital receiving medical attention, adding that he's in stable condition, being closely monitored. And the Sonoma Police Department confirmed that the office is aware of the incidents that occurred at a valet area at 7 p.m. Monday without the Sonoma Hard Rock Hollywood that resulted in non-life-threatening injuries on an individual who was transported to a Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood. Birthdays today: actress Mandy Moore is 42, rapper Q-Tip is 56, R&B singer Kenny Lattimore is 56, singer babyface Kenneth Edmonds is 67, actor Peter McNichols is 72, actor Steven Seagal is 74. The following are no longer with us. The late Jamaican singer Bunny Wailers, that performed with Bob Marley and the Wailers, would have been 79. Bobby Smith of the Spinners would have been 90. Actor Omar Sharif would have been 94. Nate Nelson of the Flamingos and the Platters would have been 94. Singer Sheb Woolley would have been 105. Actor Chuck Connors, you already mentioned him, Brian, but he would have been 105 years old. And Vernon Presley, the father of Elvis Presley, would have been 110. And actor Harry Morgan, remember him years back, Pete and Gladys. And if you didn't remember him then you remember him when he played with Jack Webb on Dragnet. He would have been 116 years old. So happy birthday to all of them, the ones who are living now and the ones who are no longer with us. We still salute you because you left us a wonderful legacy, and we will continue to acknowledge you each year that your birthday goes by. And if you have a birthday coming up, by all means, let us know. We would like to tell the world about it, or you can do it yourself. You can do it by emailing us or calling us. Email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is Allan, Prod is Prod, short for Productions. frankallenprod at AOL.com. That's frankallenprod at AOL.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Always keep that information in all of your electronic devices, such as your computer, be it laptop, desktop, or your tablet or your cell phone, all of those other devices. Keep them in all of them. This way, one doesn't get it for you, you have something to lean on. So let me give you that email address once again, frankallenprod at AOL.com. That's frankallenprod at AOL.com. Telephone number, 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I want to quickly give you some movies that I have. And I always go to Turner Classic Movies because one of the things I like to do is add on to entertainment, because the weekend is here and a lot of you may be doing a lot of things. And one of the things that you may want to do is catch up on some movies. So I just want to add to your bucket list of what to watch. So let's get started right now. We'll start going back to 1956. And this is a great movie. It's the story of prize boxer or heavyweight champion, Marcy, Graciano. And this is a story that was done with Paul Newman, the actor. The name of the movie was called, or is called, Somebody Up There Likes Me. It's 1956. Paul Newman, Pierre Angeli, and Edward Sloan. You can see that on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's Rocky Graziano. That's what I said. I said Marcy. Rocky Graziano. You remember him. Yep. Also, we have Dial M for Murder from 1954. Ray Milland, Grace Kelly, and Robert Cummings from Turner Classic Movies. And that's on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then finally, I have Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, another classic from 1966 starring Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, and George Segal. That's also on Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. A lot of great movies. And please go to Turner Classic Movies. You can go right there if you still have cable. Turner Classic Movie even have a website where they have all of the movies there. You can check out all of the movies because there may be some movies that you may like that I didn't add here, only because these are my picks of the week. And you can go there on Turner Classic Movies and check out the other ones and add them to your bucket list of movies as well, what to watch. Also, while you're there, if you still have cable, go to the free movies. There are a lot of them. You also have pay-per-view movies. You have children's programs, sporting events, and soap operas if you like them. If you missed one this week, you can always go back and watch it. And the sporting events, sometimes you can go back and watch them, sometimes without commercial interruption. So there you have it. So let me give you these movies one more time. Or as I used to say back in the 50s, one more again. Somebody Up There Likes Me with Paul Newman, Pierre Angeli, and Edward Sloan. Turner Classic Movies, 4 p.m. Eastern. Dial M for Murder with Ray Milland, Grace Kelly, and Robert Cummings. Turner Classic Movies. That's at Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern. And Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, and George Segal. Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
I want to say two things before you continue. I have 3 shows that I want everybody to try. If you don't want to look at Turner Classics, which is a great channel, it's nostalgia, black and white movies. I watch Turner Classic Movies all the time. But if you want some update today's version, there's 3 shows I want, 3 series. Number 1 is Paradise. Got to see Paradise. That's on Hulu. Also on Hulu is Memory of a Killer. That's about a man that is having early stages of Alzheimer's. His brother is in a nursing home, has it full blown, and but he's a hitman. He's a hitman, but he's at the beginning stages of Alzheimer's. Just think about that and watch it. It's called Memory of a Killer. and also there's Paradise. Also on Prime Video, there's a series called Cross. So if you can't get it on the full seasons, it's only Paradise is like in the second season. Memory of a Killer's just completed his first season, and Cross on Prime Videos in the second season as well. Also, so if you can't get it back to back, if you have a monster box, go get that. And secondly, I want to give my condolences to my ex imaginary wife, Gabrielle Union. Yeah, she was my imaginary wife before Dwayne Wade stepped in and snatched her from me and everything. But we're still friends, though. We're still friends. But her, condolences to her father and everything. I'm a big fan of Gabrielle Union. Believe it or not, I was a big fan of Dwayne Wade before he took my imaginary wife away from me and everything. So those are the two
So
shows.
did that change?
Well, we don't really talk much, nowadays. I'm happily married to my present wife and everything. I told my wife about it though, because she has an imaginary husband too, before I came along, you
And who
know.
was that?
That's the guy that played in Ghost. Ghost. The guy, forget his name.
Patrick
And
Swayze?
no, no, that go I'm sorry. Not that Ghost. What is this TV series? I forgot the TV series. Um, it escapes me. That's why I
Mm,
really don't care about him in anyway. So, but it's
mm,
not Ghost, the movie with Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg, but it's another series that's on
mhm,
TV. 50 Cent is the one that created these series and everything. So
mhm.
well, it was
Yeah,
Power. It's Power, yeah, Power.
yeah.
So and
I
that's it.
just before I came on the air today, I discovered one thing which I have to explore perfectly because I haven't seen it. Tyler Perry has another series of movies out, and I think this one is called The Haves and the Haves Nots. I didn't see. I only saw it, as I was going through the channels, and I saw the poster, the advertisement, but I didn't actually see all of the series. So I'm going to be checking that out this weekend as well and see how that likes it, and then I'll report back to you. And if I like it, I'll recommend it. But right now, I can't recommend the because I haven't seen it. I
Okay.
can't say anything intelligent about it. But that's and Tyler Perry. I said it last time before. Tyler Perry, I prefer his dramas than I prefer his comedies. I prefer his dramas before the comedies.
You
I like his dramas. The comedies, I guess they're okay, but I prefer
don't
his.
like Medea, huh?
I never even seen one of those movies.
Oh God.
I never seen one of those movies. I I should give it a shot before I can say anything about it because I don't know anything about it. But I do love his dramas. I've seen all of his dramas. I love what he does with those.
His dramas are very good, but the acting is not that great. But he puts people to work. That's the main thing. He
Well,
is
see, he
putting people to
does that.
work.
He does that. And you know
Yes.
something? A lot of those actors that he put to work, they are good actors. Some of them are good actors. And the reason why he put those actors to work because nobody Hollywood won't touch them. See,
Exactly.
Hollywood is that's a strange place to be. That's a strange place to be. And that's a play, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they'll spit you up and chew you up and spit you out. Hollywood does that. But they do that because Hollywood don't want them, and some of those actors are better than the established ones.
That's true. That's true. You're very right. You're very right on that part. You stand correct. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely right.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, last night we were talking about. I just want to briefly talk about this because we're going to be going off the air pretty soon. But yesterday, uh, Melania Trump did something weird. She came out and she made this whole big thing. I don't know why she did it. I was still to this day, I don't know why she did it. We got to find out more about it. Uh, she came out and she charged the government, not the government, but Congress, to open up a hearing for the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. Melania Trump, of all people, and then she said in the presentation, she said, "I didn't know him. I wasn't part of his group, or I never flown on his jet, went to his island." And I'm wondering, why did she come out and say that? Nobody accused her of it, you know. And she said she didn't know him, and she didn't know Glenna Maxwell. That was Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend. But their pictures that she had taken with them.
Melania Trump was pushed to do this. By her was pushed to doing this, now she's opened up a can of worms that might even get her husband into some trouble. If I believe she was pushed up to this, because we haven't heard anything about her as the first lady. Sometimes I forget that she even exists, and I'm not trying to be funny, but you don't hear or see her at all. So
Well,
her speaking out like this, she's opened up a can of worms that there should be investigation. Yeah, let's start with your husband.
yeah,
The claim has been plastered all over the files over what, 1,000, 10,000 times. So let's start with your husband. As for
yeah.
you saying this here that they didn't know what was going on, I believe she was either put up to forced to do this here, or maybe they didn't really know. But you took
Or maybe the word got out that she was out there hanging out with Epstein, doing this, doing that. Maybe she got that word. Maybe that was put out there, and she said she probably got tired of hearing about it, so she came out. Now, she came out. What strikes me as strange is when she came out with that, knowing that her husband wants to put all of this to rest. He doesn't want to hear about it, but she comes out and says it, opening up the case, and she does it at a time where we weren't even talking about Epstein, because the whole focus of the news right now is on this crazy war. That's where the focus is right now. Oh, they're going to get back to the Epstein, but we were just wondering, why did she come out with it, and why now?
See, the president of the United States is trying to derail everybody. He's trying to avoid jail time. He's trying to avoid these Epstein files. Is guilt written on? I know we're not supposed to judge people or find them guilty without getting the facts. I get that. I understand that. But when there's smoke, a fire is on its way. I want the Vice President, J.D. Vance. This could be your time. Show some balls, get a spine, get the 25th Amendment underway right now. Remove your boss out of office, because your boss is going to ruin this country. China, Russia, North Korea are sitting back like this and laughing. I could see them, all three countries, on a conference call talking about this.
And Putin calling a conference call.
I'm telling you, we could be in some serious trouble. And one more thing before I get back, before I let you go. The Iranian people, or any Arabic country, are not afraid to die. They would rather suicide you, because that's their way of getting closer to heaven in their mind. We'll die for the cause. We don't care. Mm-hmm. So what happened this week made America look weak. It made the president even look weaker. He don't know what to do. J.D. Vance, Vice President, do the right thing for the American people. Call for the 25th Amendment now, before we lose respect and power.
Well, he can do that. It has to be done with the cabinet, the entire cabinet. They have to put on a vote, but he's not going to do it. Hey, JD, you could be vice president. And I got to tell you that. That being said, that's a frightening thing, because he knows nothing about nothing. So you know who's going to be the vice president if JD becomes Well, he'll be the vice president, but you know who's going to be calling the shots? Guess who's going to be calling the shots?
Who?
That crazy nut. What's his name? Miller. Miller.
Well, we'll get one dictator out, and then we'll deal with JD Vance.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, Brian, that's going to wrap it up. That's something to think about, but wait and see what happens because the weekend is just getting started. We'll catch you guys back here next week, ladies and gentlemen, and that'll be Thursday. Thursday at 8 p.m. for Talkback Live. And Brian Camp will be here. He's my co-host. He'll be here with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports. We'll talk a lot of issues too. It's something that you may want to talk about as well. Other than that, meet us back here come next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the coffee hour with me, Brian, with sports, and you. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day, a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.